Welcome to Factful Finance, where we empower you to take control of your financial future. Now imagine this. You've been juggling multiple debts for years, feeling overwhelmed by high interest rates, monthly payments, and the constant worry that you'll never get ahead. Sound familiar? You're not alone. The good news is, you can regain control. Today, we're diving into essential tips to help you conquer your debt and start building the financial future you deserve. Before we get started, a quick reminder. This content is for educational purposes. For personalized guidance, always consult a financial professional who can tailor advice to your unique situation. Let's jump right in. First, let's break down the problem. Americans collectively hold over $14 trillion in debt, with credit cards being a significant contributor. If you're carrying high-interest debt, it's likely preventing you from making progress toward your other financial goals. So, how do we fix that? Tip number 1. Create a realistic budget. The foundation of regaining control is knowing exactly where your money is going. It's easy to overspend on impulse buys or underplay your monthly obligations. By creating a realistic budget, you ensure that every dollar is accounted for. You might be thinking, I already know how to budget. But it's important to be brutally honest about your spending habits. Tools like Mint or YNAB, You Need a Budget, are great for tracking your income and expenses automatically. Setting aside money for debt repayment should be a non-negotiable part of your budget. Prioritize it just like you would rent or utilities. Tip number 2. Attack high-interest debt first. When you're dealing with multiple debts, it can be tempting to pay them all off equally. But here's the strategy. Focus on the debt with the highest interest rate first, usually credit cards, while making minimum payments on others. This method, known as the debt avalanche, minimizes the amount you pay in interest over time. For example, let's say you have a $5,000 credit card balance with a 20% interest rate. Paying off this high-interest debt first will save you more money in the long run. Tip number 3. Consider debt consolidation. If you have multiple high-interest debts, consolidating them into one loan with a lower interest rate could be a game changer. Companies offer debt consolidation loans, which allow you to roll several debts into one monthly payment. But be cautious. Carefully read the terms and make sure the loan actually lowers your overall cost. Tip number 4. Cut unnecessary expenses. This may sound obvious, but it's often the hardest step. Take a hard look at your spending habits. Do you really need that subscription service you haven't used in months? Can you cook at home instead of dining out? For example, Elijah, one of our viewers, saved $3,000 last year just by cutting out a few luxuries like daily coffee shop visits. Every dollar saved here can go toward knocking down your debt. Tip number 5. Build an emergency fund. It might seem counterintuitive when you're in debt, but building a small emergency fund, ideally $500 to $1,000, can keep you from adding to your debt in the future. The last thing you want is for an unexpected car repair or medical bill to push you further into the red. Think of this as your financial cushion to prevent setbacks. Tip number 6. Automate payments and savings. Set up automatic payments for both your bills and savings. This ensures that you don't accidentally miss a payment, which could lead to late fees and more debt. Automation helps you stay on track, and the less you have to think about it, the more likely you are to succeed. For instance, Mia started using autopay for her student loan, and within 2 years, she wiped out a $10,000 balance just by sticking to the plan. Tip number 7. Seek professional help. If your debt feels unmanageable, don't hesitate to seek professional help. There are non-profit credit counseling agencies that can assist with debt management plans, negotiate with creditors, and help you develop a strategy to regain control. For serious cases, bankruptcy may be a last resort, but always consult a certified financial planner before making that decision. Now that we've covered the essentials, let's reflect on your next step. What's the first action you'll take to tackle your debt? Whether it's setting up a budget, consolidating a loan, or cutting unnecessary expenses, start small and be consistent. The key is progress, not perfection. Thank you so much for tuning in to Factful Finance. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more actionable financial tips. Don't forget to hit the bell to stay updated on future content. We think you'll find our next video really helpful in your financial journey. We're excited to continue empowering you to make smarter, more informed decisions with your money. See you next time.